welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi Rook. If you are brand new to my channel, consider subscribing. If you like this video, also give this one a thumbs up, ring that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. Today what I'm going to do is a haul update and a bit of a speed review. I have a haul that I did about a month ago, a few things I bought from Ulta and Sephora. I'm also going to be reviewing a few products that I didn't purchase in those hauls but have purchased kind of over the last month, and I just want to let you know my thoughts on those products. So if you would like to see my speed review on those few products, just keep watching. The first product that I want to go ahead and talk about is the Huda Beauty, the Khaki Haze 9-pan eyeshadow palette. I did purchase that from Sephora. When I saw it, it was really beautiful. I did do an Get Ready With Me. It was my last haul. I did a really cool look. I did really love the color story of that palette. I liked the formula enough. But to be honest, I did do 3 or 4 eyeshadow looks with that palette, and they all looked the exact same. I got a really beautiful wet looking green eye. I love green eyeshadows. It's my favorite eyeshadow color, but for $30 for a 9-pan palette, and I could only get that one look, and all my other looks looked the exact same, I didn't think it was worth keeping it, so I did actually return that palette. I do think it's a nice enough palette, but for $30, I didn't think it was different enough to keep in my collection because I could only get the one look. Even though that one look was beautiful, I could achieve that look with some of my other shadows that I have, so I ended up returning that. At first, I did really like the 2 glitter toppers that were in that palette. They did add a beautiful glisten to the look, but they ended up having a lot of glitter fallout. Unless I use a glitter glue, which isn't a big deal, they didn't stick to the eyes very well. So that palette just wasn't worth it for me, so I did end up returning the eyeshadow palette to Sephora. Next product is the Wet n Wild. This is the Prime Focus Primer Serum. I do really enjoy this primer. I think it was super hydrating. It made my skin feel really nice. My foundation went over really well. When you look at it, it does look like it might have glitter in it, but it's a very fine shimmer, but you don't really see that on the face. It just makes your foundation look really nice. I also really love the smell of it, and for a drugstore, I think this is a great option for primer if you're looking to get an affordable hydrating primer serum, which I also think serum primers have become pretty popular in the primer category, and I think this is a really great one from the drugstore, super affordable and a really nice formula. Next product is a Pretty Fresh foundation from Colourpop. I really surprisingly love this a lot. I think it is a really great drugstore foundation. I'm wearing this foundation today. I really enjoy the formula. It is a very lightweight, medium to buildable coverage foundation. It doesn't look heavy and cakey on my skin. It doesn't crease super bad. It really wears a nice amount of time. I enjoy this foundation a lot. I have this in light 40, and it is a good color for me. It's a tad dark now that my tan is fading, but if I take bronzer down my neck, I do think it'll work for me during the winter. I really enjoy this foundation. If you're looking for a new drugstore foundation, you can get this at Ulta or Colourpop's website. I think it is a really good option. Next product is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. These are definitely trending right now. I've seen a lot of reviews and a lot of people talking about them, and for good reason. They're really great, very hydrating gloss formula, and they're not sticky. They do make your lips feel super plump and juicy. I like this formula a lot. This is the only one I have in Silk. It's a beautiful color. I would like to get some of the other ones, but I do really like this gloss. So if you're looking for a drugstore gloss, look into these ones. I think they retail for $8.99, but I really do enjoy them. And I love the packaging. I think the packaging is super sleek and super pretty. The next product that I have is this Fenty lipstick. This is in Pumpkin Rose. There's an influencer that I follow on Instagram that wears this all the time, and it looks super beautiful on her. So I did want to try it out. It is a quite unique color. It is a very yellow toned orange color. It's super unique. I did want to try it out, see how I liked it, and to be honest, I don't love the color on me. I have to wear a much darker lip liner with this, which I normally do that, but the formula is very drying, so unless I use a very dark lip liner, this in the middle, and then a gloss on top, I really don't like wearing this lipstick just because it is super drying, and the yellow tone kind of makes my teeth look yellow. Definitely wouldn't repurchase this. I did get it on Sephora. I think I got it for $12, so I didn't spend a ton of money on it, but the color didn't work for me. The formula is not great. It makes my teeth look yellow, so I definitely wouldn't suggest these lipsticks. They're so drying. They're almost as drying as a liquid lipstick, so I definitely wouldn't suggest these. The container is really pretty, but I didn't like the formula. Next product is this Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist. I did get this in my Boxy pop-up store. It is a aerosol continuous setting spray type setting spray. I do really like this. I think it makes my skin look really nice, really glowy. Has quite a chemically scent, so I don't love that about it. Honestly, I would choose the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray over this one. They're the same container, the same spray. I do like the smell of that one better, but they do kind of make my skin look the same. But because this is high-end versus the more affordable drugstore Morphe, I would definitely get the Morphe one instead. I do have a couple eyeshadow palettes to go over. This is the Revolution. This is the Reloaded Division. This is the palette that is supposed to be an Anastasia Subculture dupe. You look at it, it looks like the exact same palette. So I did buy the Subculture palette. I love the color store. I think it was beautiful, but it never worked for me. When I did see this, I did want to try it because the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette does not work for me. I know a lot of people had problems with that palette. I also did. It was super pigmented, couldn't blend it. So I wanted to try a palette that was supposed to be a dupe of that color story. I did try this palette. I think it is gorgeous. And honestly, I love this formula better than I do the Anastasia palette. These are not quite so pigmented. They're definitely more blendable. I can build up the color to what I want. And the shimmers in this palette are better than the ones in the Anastasia. I don't know what they did with that formula. So if you own the Subculture palette but it doesn't work for you, or you just like the color story but you had heard really bad things about that one, try looking for this one. I think it is a really nice dupe. I'm not normally a fan of dupe products, especially when they're so obviously trying to copy it, but when they come out and they work better than the original, I will share that information because I think it's worth it. I think this palette works a lot better than the Subculture palette, and I love the color story. Colors that you would like to try, I would definitely get the Revolution. This is the Reloaded Division palette. I think it's great. So my last product is my Tiny Marvels palette from Sydney Grace in collaboration with Mel Thompson. I love this palette. I think it is a really beautiful palette. Love the colors, super unique. These mattes are so blendable and so pigmented. I really like the formula. These are probably the most pigmented metallics I've ever tried. They're almost too pigmented. I do have quite a bit of transfer up on my lid, but to be honest, it is such a beautiful palette. It's worth working with a little bit of transfer. I really enjoyed this palette a lot, and I know they will be doing a restock, so I definitely think it would be worth picking up. So that is my little haul update and speed review. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.